Alafia, where in the world is Yalode Yeyefini? Welcome to the power of you. The power of you today. Y'all know I've been celebrating my birthday. So thank you everyone for joining me today. You see we're on a different platform. We're on Instagram and YouTube. And we're not doing the other stream that we were doing. So this is hopefully a clearer yes pattern. So today, the power of you. It's we're talking today. I just want to welcome everyone that's on. I see all of my people saying Alafia, Mahogany as always. Alafia, peace and blessings to you all. Thank you for joining me today on our power of you, the place where we are reminded that we have the power to be great, to do everything in the world that we need to do. So during this Oya cycle, we are speaking about empowering ourselves, getting ourselves to the point where we are dying. We are leaving this time of our life and moving into something different. So today we are talking about how to welcome and to honor your soul as it relates to your personality. Yes. So this is a very special time because in a few days we'll have the sun in the moon is going to be in Pisces and an eclipse. So we on the full moon rather. Yes, it's going to be a full moon on the 7th, and it's going to be a powerful time because when water and earth mixes, it's a time for growth. So when the sun is in Virgo, the moon is in Pisces, on the 7th day, baby, watch things happen. So this is a very special time for finding ways of connecting to your soul, not your personality, because they're both together. Sometimes because of the world that we live in, the age that we're in, where we are in our lives, we tend to think or forget, or we need to be reminded. I don't like to talk in negatives. We want to be reminded that the power that we are is our soul, and our personality is the part of us that we see or that we're trying to to present, or that we unconsciously people feel that and connect to that personality. That's like the clothes you're wearing. People see the clothes, or that you're female and not male. There's certain things, you're short, tall. There's certain things that goes with your personality. And your personality is the carrier of your soul. So your soul is really the one that's journeying. Your personality is just going on a little trip, right? Your persona. So when you were born, the universe welcomes you with different placements of your destiny. Your different placements of your destiny, different times, different racial group, different political places that you are, the sex that you are, the family that you're in. And so the universe welcomes you with different placements of your destiny. And so there are different orishas. All of the orishas manifest themselves through you and with you. And what your birth does, the placements of each orisha is placed in your life. Some is maybe a major role, some is a lighter role, some is the things that's going to affect you with who you marry. It could be the person that the body that you're in. This incarnation you may come back as a female, the next incarnation you may come back as a male. So it places you in a place to align yourself with your destiny. So that's when you're born. So each orisha plays a role in your unfolding, in your incarnation, your journey around the sun on your birthday. So on the birthday, you're seeing and you're presented, and in many cultures, you're given a chart, a reading. The community brings you out and lets you know what time you came into the community, what is your job, your role as it pertains to the group. So there are different ways of connecting to reminding us that this spirit that just came in this incarnation These are the placements. So a reading is done, a consultation is done in African traditional um, faith. A reading is done, a consultation is done 7 days if it's girl, 9 days if it's a boy, to find out exactly what are the different placements of their destiny. And each Orisha is going to speak in one way or the other. So when we get a reading, is to remind you what you would be doing to connect easier to your soul. That's what the reading is. It's telling you these are the things that are going to connect you easier. So that if you go off course, you take a different road, what would happen and how to realign it. What forces will realign it? Is it baths? Is it initiation? Is it university? Is it being a market woman? Is it being a farmer? Is it an architect? Is it an inventor? Are you a builder? Are you going to be a psychologist? All of that is said at the placement, at the reading. So it's reminders what you will be doing to connect easier to your soul, because your soul is taking this journey on this trip, on this earth, on this around the soul, around the sun, and the body is just going with you. Our personality or the things that people see is what we wear as clothes. The soul is that part of us that when it forgets its importance, its role, or its ability to guide you through you, that's when you get a negative reading. So if you get a consultation, he says it's a negative or it's an ayewo, it doesn't, or osobo, it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It means that give thanks for it, because it's like a shadow reminder of there's a shadow there. We spoke about that before. And so if you forget, that's how it comes up in an osobo reading or in an ayewo reading, is telling you, is reminding you, whoa, 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 whoa. It's very important for you to get back on course, because when you forget and you get the reading and you get a negative, its role, its ability to guide you. When you get a negative reading, it doesn't mean it's a bad thing, right? It reminds you, baby, you're on the wrong road. You shouldn't have been over there. So when you get a reading on your when you first arrive on Earth, you're informed of the 12 major tests that you will face in your life, or the things, or the shadow work, and its purpose for helping you to move forward. So every 7 years, there's a test to see if you are prepared to go to the next for the next 7 years. Ancestral culture is amazingly powerful. So every 7 years, so you're reminded that there are 12 major tests in your life. Every year, every 7 years, you're going around and you're moving from one location in your spirit. One aspect of you is going to be more alive. Some may take a little backseat. They're not that they're gone. It's that every 7 years you're working towards helping you towards moving the connection to your soul and your personality, and not forgetting that the personality is not who you are. Your soul is who you are. This is a great time to go ahead and get a reading. Sign up for readings, numerology charts, horoscope, whatever it is that's going to give you an inclination during this full moon that's coming up, during this cycle that's coming up, wherever you are in your life, you are moving from one cycle to the next. And so that you will prepare for that. Yes, someone is asking. Yes, you can go on yeyefini.com if you're interested in getting a consultation. Be it a consultation on your marriage, on your business, on your personality, on your person, on your adventure. You're going on a trip. This is a good time to set. And your birthday is coming up, like my birthday. And y'all know I've been out there celebrating my birthday because I love the fact that I came this rotation around the earth with my mom and my father, And so for those of you who read The Living Shrine, you know the journey that I've been on and through, that I came back this incarnation. So this is a good time to know where you are, what cycle are you in, and what cycle you're going into. So every 7 years, there are tests to see if you are prepared to go to the next 7 years. Baby, you don't just float from one thing to the next. It's like your rites of passage. You know, we say the children go to the rites of passage by 14. That's the test of your peers. That's just one level. But you start from birth to 7. You have your first test, right? Which is the maternal test. That's a test that you connected with your mom. You speak like her. I have an accent like my mother. The foods that come automatically to me, the foods that I was fed, all of that is still in my DNA. So you go through your maternal test on that first one. That first 7 years, that's when you know everything about your mom. You know her voice, you know her look, you know her smell. All of the things that make it, that's the 7 years that you're nurtured. That's the Yemonja cycle that you're in. So Yemonja is all up in your Kool-Aid during that time. So when we are doing our shadow work, they're going to be circumstances or situations that you're born into that you feel like, oh my God, this is terrible. No, this is a time for you to recognize that this is what is going to ground you. You realize that this is what served you your first 7 years. The memory that you had when you were in the womb, the energy that you had before you turned 14, the energy that you had in learning. And that's why it's so important. And it's a scientific fact that if you are raised from 1 to 7 years old and you speak with an accent, it says that you cannot lose it. The first 7 years, that's when it's marked in your brain. The way you commit to sound. So the first 7 years is just your mother's voice, your accent, the location that you were born in, the topography, the things that make you answer to different things easy. That's the maternal test. That's the most powerful because that's the first time that you're coming on this earth. And so when you get your consultation, it's letting you know that these are the facts, these are the places that you're going to be affected or that you will be checked to go to the next test to see if you're ready to go to the next. Ain't that beautiful? So what level are you on? I'm going to give all 12 of them here, and you will know where you are. There's a maternal test, of course, between 1 and 7. The paternal test is between 7 and 14. That's when the father comes into a role. And if you're raised in a home without that nurturing to your soul, and your personality then has conflicts and wants to just always wear the clothes that make you feel that you are living without that aspect, and you can't live without that aspect. You have to have that paternal. If the father's not there, you have an uncle, you have some other male energy that is giving you that capacity to feel, to be nurtured, to know how it is that discipline and order comes in. You're taught early how to take responsibility, to be answerable to the things that are placed to you that you're growing up, you're older. So the paternal test. Then the third test is the test of your peers. That's from 14 to 21. That's how you want to know how you're going to get along with your generation of people. So that aspect of you is opened up and is nurtured because those orishas are in you. When you come, they're telling you in your birth reading or in the reading that you're having is letting you know where you are, where the child is. Because you get a reading for a child and it's telling you certain things. They're going through whatever it is that they're supposed to go through in that level. So you have your maternal test, you have your paternal list test, you have your peer test. Then between 21 and 28, you have your self test. Finding yourself. You know, you always say, oh, I got to find myself. You know, I have grandchildren that are in that stage. And when they call me and say, well, I'm going through this, I said, you're just going through self-discovery. And it's okay. Yes, at 22, I was homeless. I was living and sleeping on the floor of a friend of mine, finding myself. So that's the self-test. So in raising our children, sometimes we have to remember that and don't be so hard and feel like you need to be doing that. Because I know as a parent, that was different than now that I'm a grandparent. And so then you have your, that's from 21 to 28. Then you have the next test is your professional test. That's between 28 and 35. So if 21 to 28, you took the time, you found yourself, either you went to school, you got whatever it is that you wanted, the training, you became that person that took a skill that it was able to take them. Now you have to prove your worth now and your professional level. Did you learn it well? Did you learn it well? And if you didn't, then you're going to be pressured in the next level between the age of 36 and 42. That will be the cultural test. Were you wise and honest with yourself? And this is when your strength or your weaknesses can wreck your life. So this is your social test. Next is what you're going to. From 36 to 42, you're in that cultural test. Did you do well? Did you do well in school? Did you follow the expectations of what it is that you were supposed to do? Were you an honest person in your career, in your job, in your skill? And so then you're going to enter into your social test, which is a social test is between 43 and 49. Your community claim you at that time. Everybody knows who you are. You're a good baba, you're a good yeye, you're a good example, you're a good steward, you're a good human being. Those are the tests. So if you're not ready for that, you're still living in mama's house. And so in this culture, you would be living on your own. So let me correct that, because living with your mama is not a bad thing. But I'm saying a culture where you are trained or raised, to the point where you can accept responsibility and move on. And whether you marry or not, you have your own responsibility. When you wake up in the morning, you have the credentials to provide for yourself and others. So I had to correct that. So your social test, that's between 43 and 49. And are you prepared for the world test? Right? So that test now takes you from 49 to 56. That's how how's the world is going to see you. How's the world seeing you, and how are you seeing the world? Then after that, you're going to go, the next 7 tests is going to be at 63. Are you prepared for your health? Your health test. By the time you're 63, that's your constitutional test. How are you holding up? What did you do in all of those parts of your life? Did you do well? Did you eat well? Did you sleep well? Did you drink and tear your body down? I'm not saying drinking is bad, but I'm saying, did you abuse anything? Food, liquor, getting high? Your body will tell you at 63, it will start telling you. So are you then prepared? Next, in the next 6-7 years, is the wisdom and judgment. That's when you're in your 70s. And when you hit 70, wisdom and judgment is coming. Did you learn in all of those? Or are you preparing? So those tests are taking us. And then after that, you're going to 77, your mental faculties. That's whether your brain and your mind can remember little things short term. Baby, last year I was 77. It hit me hard. I had to realize, baby, you're forgetting a lot of stuff. And it's not that, there's anything wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just following through what your body and your mind and your process is. So when you do your mental faculties, are they up to par? Are you getting enough rest? Are you taking different types of foods to help you mentally to do that? Are you using those skills, coloring, or do whatever it is that people are doing now to remind them, and to stay above. And then after 77, you're going into the death test. At that point, then you're entering, are you going to die? And usually you go through some kind of traumatic death kind of thing to remind you, hey, if you pass this, you're good. Babalu who's Father Time, who is just the energy, Orisha, that lets you know that I'm taking you through age, and I'm the disciplinarian, and I've disciplined you from you were 1 to you were 7 to 14 to 21 to 27, 28. That's how it is. So when you get to that point, Babalu say, if you surpass this last test, that's scary. It could be health, it could be a divorce, it could be a death of a partner, it's isolation. Are you in a nursing home? Is your family with you? At 84, you go through death, mentally or spiritually or emotionally. And so if you pass that, then you're free. You become a friend, and you can live however long and the way that you want to live. Isn't that wonderful? So when you get a spiritual investigation, astrology reading, a numerology, it's just a checkup to see, to set, to self, if you remembered the assignment that you said you came to do. And have you learned how to balance your personality and your soul's journey? Your soul's journey is always telling you exactly what you were born to do. It is there. It is you, the thing that you have, your soul, the thing that makes you feel alive and good. And your personality is the one that you put on, that you want to expect people to have that presentation. And you tell yourself that this is who I am. But in reality, your soul knows exactly what it is. You can go to school for years to do one thing, and then all of a sudden it says, that's not what I want to do. I want to go into making jewelry. That's your soul, is to create so that people, when they put it on, they have a part of you and the essence of you, and you being creative and helping others to feel good about themselves when they look in the mirror and remind them that they are precious. That's who your soul does. That's what your soul is to do. But your body tells you, you're the child of Obatala, so you should be wise at that. And then your soul is that you have the soul of a child. You're a childlike. You're always cutting up. You want to do things that's making people laugh. Follow that. Follow that. Follow that, because that's your soul. So when you get your consultation and this full moon and this time that is coming up, check and see where you are. What test is there? Get a consultation, get a reading, get a prescription, and some kind of way that to help you. It's not to save you. There's no one outside of you that's going to save you. No minister, no pastor, no priest. You are your own guru. But the guru has to go to different levels of meditation and contemplation and activation, not affirmation. Activate the things that you know you're supposed to do to move through the test and say, I graduated. I moved to the next level. To give you balance between your personality and your soul. So this full moon is a great time to check on your soul's journey. Book a reading. You could book a reading for your birthday, for your business reading, roots reading, a reading on just a spiritual checkup to see where you are. It's a consultation. It's not to tell you this is the way you should go. It's that, your soul is saying that you already know. And why this is in a Osobo or Ayewo, or why is it that you're feeling kind of fragmented, is because your soul is trying to remind you, hey, 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 hey. You're not a persona. A persona, a personal journey is something that you choose, that your person is outside of your soul, of your rhythm. So if you're interested in getting a consultation, a reading, a spiritual checkup, go to my link tree, which is linktr.ee /ask Yeyefini, or just go to yeyefini.com. Look on there and set an appointment. So keep believing, even when things don't look like things are changing. They are changing. You're in a cycle of life. Your spirit remembers. Your soul remembers. Go there. Take your soul on the journey and give it honor. The honor that you're giving your soul is the honor of reminding you that you're not a persona. You're not a person. That is what you are outside. And that's why sometimes when people say, I want to know what Orisha rules me or governs me, I'm like, it's good. Well, there should be more that you want to find out. Because if he says you are this person and you're living a different soul, then you want to change and says, oh, my reader said I have to marry this or I have to be this. No. So during this time, for those of you that were with me on the egg bake group on the new moon, where we set the intentions, baby, watch how they are unfolding on a full moon. Watch how the full moon is going to bring the activation that you set in your affirmations. Yes, it's there. And I had that in one of the posts that I put there on the new moon, the importance of it. But take advantage of it. When you have a sun sign that's earth and a moon sign that is water, something is going to grow. So be very active today, giving yourself the time, sitting with yourself, with your soul, writing down the activation that you want, to give thanks for the full moon. Go out to the full moon and say, fill it up, fill it up, fill it up with your pocketbook, with your books, with your papers. Yes, fill it up. Fill my soul up with reminding me what it is I came to do and how it is that whatever is happening in my life is realigning me. Yes, yes, yes. So this is a time that we want to just take us through a short meditation of activation of your spirit and the spirit of Obatala today. You can honor Obatala any day, every day. Obatala is the Orisha that created us. That is the aspect of knowing that everything that we do is interconnected. Yes. So we want to do a nice little meditation, and I want you to take a nice cleansing breath. 3 cleansing breaths, breathing in and then breathing out. And then breathing in again and breathing out. This last time, when I come back, I'm going to give you a ritual to do during this time. Okay? Let's just do it, the ritual now. Is this 10 spend 10 minutes in silent meditation these days reading leading up to the set to where the full moon, focusing on your breath. Invite spirit to guide you. You can light a white candle as a symbol of illumination and clarity, and write what messages and images or feelings that come up for you after this meditation. So after you had your breath, this is my Obatala song, Obatala, which says, Mojini Mutala, when I wake up. Obatala, who sleeps in white clothes, rests in white clothes. I am your child. Obatala baba mio, Orishala oremio. Obatala baba mio, Orishala moferao. Obatala baba mio, Orishala moferao. This is saying, Obatala, you're my friend. You're my father. I love you, Obatala. You sleep in white clothes. You wake up in white clothes. And Baba, your white clothes, we say, wake up, everybody. White clothes. You sleep in white clothes. You sleep in white clothes. You wake in white clothes to tell us, wake up. Open the roads for me. Open my roads, please, Baba. Father, I beg you. I call you, Baba. Thank you, Baba. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Batala. Thank you, Baba. Oh, Batala, Baba mio. Orishala, Ore mio. Oh, Batala, Baba mio. Orishala, Mofera. Oh, Baba, oh, Batala, I love you. My friend. You are my friend. Orishala, Mofera. Oh, Batala, my father, your father. I love you. I love you, Obatala. Obatala, Baba mio. I pray. My father, the great Orisha, you are my friend. You sleep in white clothes. You wake up in white clothes. And you stand up in white clothes. Just visualize yourself in Obatala's arms. I embrace your peace and I cherish your love. I hope you all enjoyed that meditation as much as I did. Yes, Obatala, the Orisha that knows all. Everything from the day you were born, created. All 12 tests were perfectly aligned. And Babaluaye, Father Time, the Orisha that gives us struggle and helps us to navigate this world, because when we leave here, we leave with something of Babaluaye, some ailment. If it's just age, you're going to go back to Babaluaye, and Oya is waiting for you with open arms at the gate. Wait till the transition. So every Orisha has a part in your life. So check today, make your appointment, at yeyefini.com to find out where is your soul. What tests are you getting ready to go into, or what you just started? So have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, and know that thank you for all of the birthday gifts and cards and likes and statements and all the things. When y'all saw me dancing for my birthday, that's the little girl in me. My soul is one that's young, that is always wanting to be jovial. Yeah, my I have Gemini. Is the only aspect that I have in Gemini is my what is it? My ascendant. So I am always going to be like a child. It's freeze. The air sign is like, hey, party over here. Hey, hey. So do that. Be your soul. Be your soul. And so the meditation that I gave you is a ritual that I took from page 25 in the Living Shrine workbook. Get the workbook and work through it for yourself. And also, if you're interested in me coming to your community and doing a book signing or a lecture or a class, just send me an email at Yeyefini at bellsouth.net. Everybody has my phone, my thing. Yeyefini at bellsouth.net. So you want to call, look there, and this is my book, and it's it's the chapter that is Embracing Spirit. And Embracing Spirit, say the affirmation, the activation says, I surrender to spirit, opening my heart to divine alignment and infinite possibilities. So go ahead today and open your heart, your spirit, your divine alignment to your soul and not just your personality. Ashe. Y'all have a blessed day. And I'll see you next Wednesday. And share my YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and all of the good stuff. Odabo.